Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a brand new pick a card reading, but before we dive into it, I wanted to give a huge shout out to LunaGem for sponsoring today's video. And if you have not heard of LunaGem before, it is actually my crystal and jewelry company where we hand make the most gorgeous crystal bracelets, and we make them with gold fill so they do not tarnish. You can even wear them in water. I wear mine in the ocean, in the shower, everywhere, and I never take them off because you don't even need to, because again, they're made with super high quality gold fill so they don't tarnish. And they're also made according to your wrist size so that they fit you perfectly, because one of the most annoying things that I always found whenever I wanted to buy a beautiful crystal bracelet, they usually only get made in one size and I'd never find one that was the perfect fit for me. And so with LunaGem, I created a company where we actually offer different bracelet sizes. So you can size your wrist and then choose between the different sizes that we have on LunaGem. So you can find the one that is actually going to be the perfect fit for you, whether you like it to be a tighter fit or a looser fit. There's all types of different options so that you can have one that actually fits you the way that you want it to, and it can look good and beautiful and gorgeous on you. And of course, we also use the highest quality gemstones on our bracelets. And my personal favorites lately have been our ruby and blue topaz bracelet. They are absolutely stunning and gorgeous, and you can read about their different energetic properties online too. We also offer tons of other types of jewelry, whether you're into necklaces or even rings or even earrings. We have all types of different jewelry on LunaGem. We also offer tons of different tumbled stones or other just like towers and other types of things on LunaGem, so you can browse through all of our different offerings, our crystals, everything. We just launched some brand new bracelets and bracelet sets, as well as these really cute bag charms, which I like to either put on my purse or on my wallet. So definitely go check those out. All of that will be linked down below, as well as a super special discount code, which is just for you guys, my beautiful YouTube audience. So if you want to go ahead and take advantage of that, all the information for that will be linked down below, as well as your special discount code. And thank you so much for allowing me to sponsor my own videos. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right back into today's pick a card reading. And welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we have a brand new pick a card reading, and this one is all about your life in 5 years from now. So if you're curious what you can expect in your life in these next 5 years, where you're gonna be at, what your life is going to be like, the accomplishments that you're gonna have, all types of different things, what kind of changes are gonna happen over these next 5 years, then this is the video where we're gonna dive in and get as much details as we can. And the way that this video works is I use my intuition to connect to spirit and angels of 100% pure white light to bring through information that is for your highest good. We have 4 different groups today for this video topic. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna use your intuition, because everyone has intuition, and you're gonna use your intuition to choose one of these 4 different groups. Occasionally your intuition may call you towards multiple groups, and that just means that there's multiple messages for you in today's video. So you go ahead and tune into all the ones that your intuition calls you towards. The way that you can use your intuition is it's like a subtle inner knowing. So perhaps when you saw the thumbnail of this video or when you clicked on it, maybe there was a pile that stood out to you amongst the rest, and that is of course your intuition speaking to you, because your energy resonates with that pile, and that's why it's going to reveal all of the accurate information about what you can expect in your future in the next 5 years. Another way that I love to tap into my intuition, if visually looking at the groups is not really working for me, is I love to take my hand and I just hold it over each of the piles, just sensing what I feel within that group. And then I wait to see if there's anyone that stands out to me, or that I feel some sort of magnetic pull towards, or one of them that just gives me a feeling that stands out amongst the rest. And that is of course your intuition speaking to you. And then there's going to be timestamps linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box, so that you can skip right ahead to your personal reading all about your next 5 years and what you can expect in your life. I know some of you guys like to choose with the crystals on the pile, so if that is you and you would like to see a close-up of the crystals, then over here on group number 1, we have this beautiful piece of sunset aura quartz. So if you find yourself drawn to the sunset aura quartz crystal, or to group number 1, then that is going to be your pile. Then over on group number 2, we have this beautiful piece of amethyst. So if you find yourself drawn to the amethyst or to group 2, then that one is going to be your pile. Group number 3, we have this gorgeous piece of Danburite. So if you find yourself drawn to the Danburite crystal or to group 3, then that one is going to be your pile. Then over on group number 4, we have this beautiful agate moon. So if you find yourself drawn to the agate moon, then group number 4 is going to be your pile. So those are the group options for today's video. Again, you can pause the video to take all the time in the world that you need to find out the pile that you are the most intuitively drawn towards. There's timestamps linked down below, and I cannot wait to see you in your reading. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. All right, my group number 1s, if you chose this pile, this is going to reveal your life in the next 5 years. So let's go ahead and find out what is in store for you. All right, my group 1s, let's see what we get here for you. We have the Holy Mountain. So actually, one thing that I can say is the next 5 years, you're gonna overcome a really big obstacle or even reach an extremely big goal. The mountains symbolize either a challenge that we're currently facing that we're like, oh my God, how am I ever gonna overcome this? Or like a very high vision that we really want to achieve that we're currently looking from down below and we're like, how am I ever gonna get there? How am I ever gonna reach that? And the Holy Mountain tells me that you are actually going to reach a very, very big goal that you have, and you're gonna be at the top of that mountain. And you're gonna be looking back, looking at how far you've come, and you're gonna be absolutely astonished, to say the least. We also have the Coyote coming through as well, which actually gives me the sense that you're gonna find almost like, how do I say this? Like you're almost gonna find a humor in looking at how you've overcome this mountain and achieved this higher goal. You're gonna be like, wait a second, that's actually kind of funny. You're gonna look back on your old situations with a sort of sense of like humor, because I think you're gonna be in such a different perspective, right? Because the mountain also symbolizes such a different perspective. You're gonna have such a different perspective on your current times that you're in, that you're almost gonna be laughing at like, oh my God, what a different perspective I used to have. And it's almost going to be this like lighthearted energy that you look back on this current time with. We also have the ancient ones coming through as well. This makes me feel like you're also going to reconnect to your family in a new way. So for any of you that, it's like you're reconnecting to your family in a new way where there's like more humor, more lighthearted energy. You've like overcome obstacles that once seemed impossible or once even seemed so difficult, and you're just gonna connect to your family in completely new ways afterwards. And let's see what else we get. I feel like taking out our tarot deck and seeing what we get in the tarot cards for you. So definitely more of a humorous situation. If you're dealing with anybody who's like wronged you, or if you've had anybody in your life where they've like hurt you, I actually think you're going to be in such a different place where you're actually going to look back on those people and feel sorry for them. And the Coyote can symbolize people who've maybe deceived us or wronged us or hurt us, or even people that used to laugh at our dreams. People that used to be like, oh my God, you're just wishful thinking. You're never gonna reach that. You're never gonna be able to do that. You're actually gonna be in such a different place where all of a sudden those people are gonna be looking at you and asking you like, how did you get there? How did you do it? And they're almost gonna want to like apologize for kind of seeing you differently and not seeing your true potential. You're just going to be in such a different place than them. And I really feel like the tables will have turned. The tables will have really turned, where you're now at the higher peak, and anybody who used to doubt you or, not treat you right are all of a sudden going to come back and want to be a part of your life. And you're going to kind of be at this higher position where you get to kind of choose, like, do I want you back in my life? I don't know. Do I really need somebody like you? Probably not, right? And I just feel like, the tables will have turned so much by that point. We also have the Two of Cups. So within the next 5 years, I see you being in a very serious relationship if you're not already. If you're already in a serious relationship, I'm seeing this relationship continuing, growing stronger, getting more connected. And I'm definitely seeing like marriage, having like a very serious relationship, being very, very committed to somebody. We also have the moon being reversed. Things that used to cause fear for you will no longer even be relevant for you. So certain things that maybe currently hold you back or currently cause a sense of fear, you're just going to be like a master at those things 5 years from now, to the point where it's like they don't even faze you. Those old things don't even faze you. Also, I see you kind of like integrating more of your wild side as well, like more of like who you're truly meant to be. Because with the moon card as well, it talks about our domesticated side versus our wild instinctual side. And when it's reversed, it kind of gives this energy that we're going more into our wilder side. We're giving in more to who we really, really are, being more unapologetically ourselves and all of that. We also have the 9 of Pentacles being reversed. So one thing I'm seeing is there's something that you're really learning here and integrating, which is not to be like, not to allow people to take advantage of you. Because what the Falcon symbolizes on this card, along with the woman, or technically actually this is a man, but that's a whole other story. But what the Falcon symbolizes here is that the Falcon, even though he clearly is trusting the Falcon to lay on his hand, he's also protecting his hand, right, from the Falcon, because the Falcon could nip at him, bite him, all these things. When it's reversed, I feel like one of the main things that you're going to be learning is that you need to protect yourself even from those that you fully trust, and not allow people to maybe take advantage of you or tear you down. So you're actually going to be putting up new boundaries and really seeing how you can protect yourself, your wealth, your resources from people who might not respect it, or from people who just see you for what you have or what you've accomplished. You're actually going to be cutting away people from your life who just want you for your success, because I actually see you reaching like way higher heights, and there might even be people in your life who just want you for your success. When it's reversed here, I'm really feeling like you're putting up these boundaries and starting to see like, okay, you know, because of the success that I've reached, there might be people that kind of only want me for what I have. And I feel like this is going to be a lesson that you're learning 5 years from now because of the success that you will have achieved. And this is going to be one of the kind of obstacles that you're going to be dealing with 5 years from now, is this realization. Because I do see you actually achieving a lot of success. And so let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. My group ones, what else do we have for my group ones? I also feel like you're going to be in a place as well where your dream of success right now is like when you reach the top of this mountain. But when you get there, all of a sudden you're going to have a bigger vision for yourself. You're going to be like, oh, there's actually more that I want to achieve. There's more things that I want to do and create. We also have the Hangman coming through, and then also the Queen of Swords being reversed. You're going to have a completely new perspective on life. Things that have once made you feel stuck are no longer going to make you feel stuck anymore, because you're gaining this entirely new outlook and perspective. Your entire mindset is going to be so different from who you are right now. And again, things that maybe make you feel stuck right now, you're going to gain this entirely new perspective on these situations and become more free. I also feel like one of your things that you're learning 5 years from now is how to put up boundaries and how to speak your boundaries. Perhaps that's something that you might find difficult right now, and that's why we have Queen of Swords being reversed, because this could be an aspect of difficulty for you, which is like speaking your truth, speaking your authenticity, speaking your boundaries, and upholding those boundaries. That could be something that maybe is like challenging right now, and I feel like 5 years from now, you're actually going to be really learning how to become more like, I don't want to use the word strict, but it's like you're much more direct. That's the word that I want to use. You're much more direct and much more unapologetic for like speaking your truth. and not caring so much about what other people think. Like, it's almost like you don't have an issue with being a little bit more honest because you know how much it like helps you and frees you. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. My group number one's your life 5 years from now. I'm almost seeing too, with the 9 of Pentacles being reversed, you might do some kind of career shift. And even the things that right now you aspire to, your aspirations are going to be quite different 5 years from now. Like, that is actually like shifting a lot. The things that you might put a lot of emphasis on right now, like material success, material gains, I actually feel like 5 years from now, you're going to be like, you know what? It's shifted. Your focus, your desires have shifted 5 years from now. And you're going to put a lot of emphasis towards, I feel like relationships are going to be a very big thing in your life 5 years from now. And that's going to be kind of like your most important thing for you is your relationships. Let's see what else we get here. My group ones. What else do we have 5 years from now? What else is going to be happening? We have quieting the mind and let it go. You're also going to be so much more at peace, to say the least. You're going to be a lot more at peace mentally. There's things that might bother you right now that are going to be so easy for you to let go. And also, another thing that I'm seeing, things that might be bothering you right now when it comes to like conversations or issues with other people or even circumstances that might feel really difficult for you right now. 5 years from now, it's like, it's not even going to be relevant to your mind. It's not even going to be circulating in your mind. It's going to be something where if somebody reminds you of like, oh, remember when that used to happen? Remember when you used to be worried about that? You're almost going to be like, whoa, that seems like such a distant, long ago memory. It's almost going to feel like another lifetime ago because your life is going to be so different. And so it's almost like those issues, they're no longer even, it's no longer even a voice in your head. It's no longer even relevant or there. So let's go ahead and get some more cards on here as well. Ooh, that card just wanted to come right out. So we have message in a bottle. You're going to gain some new opportunities that are going to be really exciting. Message in a bottle, it makes me feel like there's a surprise message waiting for you. And this could be a surprise message from like a partner where all of a sudden they propose. This could also be like a new business partnership or even like a career offering where you connect to like your dream career and you get your acceptance letter, you get accepted into the job that you desired, or all of a sudden you get a contract that you've been dreaming of landing, this certain contract or something like this, but you're definitely going to get this offer that's going to come through. And let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. My group one's all about your life 5 years from now. Okay, we also have share wisdom. Your friendship connections are going to be extremely strong. You're also going to be meeting people who are on like a similar path as you that are very supportive. Like your new relationships that are coming in over these next 5 years are absolutely incredible. Like the most incredible people you've ever met are going to come through within these next 5 years. I also see you being really inspired about a goal that you have 5 years from now. There's going to be like a new goal that you're reaching for. Kind of like I said, it's like you're reaching a goal that you have right now, and you're going to get to the top and be like, whoa, look at this. But then it's all of a sudden like you change, and then there's like new goals where you're like, okay, there's new things that I feel like I haven't accomplished. And you're going to be seeking those things. I also see you being kind of like a journeyer, perhaps like exploring more of the world, gaining brand new experiences, all kinds of things like this. So that is also coming through. And let's go ahead and see what else we get here with our Astro Dice. So we also have the North Node, which is all about your purpose. We have it in Pisces in the first house. Wow. Your trajectory over the next 5 years is a massive reinvention of who you are. The North Node talks about your destiny and your purpose and your future and where you're headed. So you're going to be very much focused on who you're becoming, and you're going to be very future oriented, thinking more about the future. Perhaps even like talking about raising a family, moving in with your partner, marriage, weddings, things like this. Family and relationships are going to be like your forefront, most important thing. And then we also have this being in Pisces, which Pisces is all about your dream reality, your dreams, your fantasies, your creativity, all the exciting visions, your daydreams, the things that you daydream about, all of this stuff. It's like very heightened creativity. And that being in the first house, your entire self, your identity, you're becoming and unlocking so much more of your creativity. You're unlocking visions and actually really becoming the embodiment of those visions that you are having even right now. Okay, so huge things there that are coming through. Let's see if I can pick up anything else before we close off this reading. Okay, so if you tend to be an overthinker, where you're ruminating on a lot of thoughts, quieting the mind, I feel like you're going to be switching into new practices that help you quiet your mind, that help you become more of the controller of your mind, rather than feeling like your mind has control of you, rather than feeling like your mind is chaotic. You're going to be quieting the mind, transforming your mind, learning new practices, learning new ways of speaking. Yeah, you're going to have an entirely new way of speaking, actually, especially with Queen of Swords popping up. You're going to have entirely new ways of speaking. If there's any sort of disagreements that you currently have, especially with probably a mom, I'm getting, like if there's disagreements there, you're going to kind of learn how to find peace with your mom. Perhaps this could also be yourself. The Queen of Swords being reversed could also be yourself. Perhaps your own self-image of being hard on yourself. You're going to learn how to quiet your mind and find more peace and be less harsh, like have a less harsh inner critic. So that's also coming through. And you're going to be able to release and let go of like old patterns that have kept you stuck. So that is what we have here. My beautiful group number one is all about your life 5 years from now. It looks like you're accomplishing some really big things. I'm definitely also seeing a shift in your material world. So this could be like a career shift for some of you, or it could even be like somewhere where you live or something that you have attained that all of a sudden you're just like, you know what? I actually want to shift that now. So that is also coming through. And yeah, relationships are the first and foremost biggest front. I definitely see you guys either getting married or like making a new partnership. Friendships are going to be huge. All of the above are like so huge, but I'm definitely seeing you guys getting married if you're not already, or at the very least, you're going to be in a very, very, very serious relationship where you are going to get married to that person. And yeah, that is what we have 5 years from now. It looks like lots of things are shifting. Lots of things are changing. You're going to distance yourself from all those people who used to doubt you, and all of a sudden they're going to wish that they never doubted you. And it's going to be a really like kind of difference in how things are shifting. So anyway, thank you again so much for joining me here for today's video. I am sending you all so much love. If any of you guys are interested in any crystal healing jewelry, I hand make these gorgeous beaded bracelets. I use authentic gemstones and crystals that you can read about their different energetic properties on the website. And I make the bracelets with gold fill so they do not tarnish, and you can even wear them in water. And they're also made according to your wrist size so that they fit you perfectly. So if you're curious about any of that, you can go check it out down below. And we have so many other new things coming to the site as well, so definitely check those out. And I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number twos, if you chose this pile, this is gonna be your reading. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group twos, let's see your life 5 years from now. What's it going to be like? What is going to be going on? We have Snake, Kundalini Rising, Spider, Dreamweaver. Wow. So for one, you're going to be incredibly more creative, and you're actually going to have a spiritual awakening. And spiritual awakenings, we can have multiple of them through our life. So if you've already had a spiritual awakening and you're just like, oh, what? I'm having another one. You're going to be having another one, and it's going to help you channel more of your creativity. It's going to open you up to the ideas of transformation. And I also feel like if you've heard of the term light worker before, I feel like you're like activating your inner light worker, where you're gonna want to, or have this desire, this passion to help awaken other people and to help people go through their own transformation of realizing who they are. Perhaps some of you are really already curious about that. Perhaps that's already a passion that you have, is to like help people transform, to help people reach their dreams. Like we have Dreamweaver right here. I feel like you are going through your own spiritual awakening where you're gonna learn how to create your dreams to make them a reality. Maybe some of you are interested in manifestation. And I'm also seeing you becoming somebody who actually shares this with other people, helps other people transform, helps other people reach their goals and their dreams. But it definitely seems like you're going through this massive internal transformation. Like the snake and the spider here, I feel like you are going through probably one of the deepest transformations over these next 5 years. You are gonna come out being so different, and you're also gonna come out knowing exactly who you are and exactly why you came to this planet, and you're gonna have such a clear direction and such a clear purpose about what you wanna do and what you wanna create. You're also gonna be so creative in these next 5 years with putting your ideas into action. When it comes to you discovering what your purpose is, you're actually gonna be weaving all of that together and in total creative mode. Like creating some of your biggest things that you're gonna be so proud of. You're gonna have such a vision. Like it's like you're so excited to bring things to life. And I almost see you like creating something that you're really proud to like show the rest of the world, really proud to bring to the world. So, ooh, very exciting to say the least right off the bat here. Let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you, my beautiful group number 2s, about where you're gonna be at 5 years from now. I just see you being so dang creative because of the spiritual awakening that you're gonna be going through and really starting to realize who you are and what your purpose is and what your deepest life's passions are. Wow, okay, so let's see what else we get. It's also interesting I put Amethyst on this group because Amethyst is so connected to us kind of seeing our worth. Amethyst is really connected to royalty, and it's also connected to transformations and awakening spiritually. So I mean, that just all makes sense right there. Old habits that you used to have are also gonna be no longer your habits because Amethyst is also connected to breaking old habits and really reinventing ourselves and implementing new habits that guide us in the direction that we desire and support our new vision. Page of Pentacles being reversed over here. Things that you might doubt right now, things that you don't even see. There's things that you don't even see are even possible for you, that all of a sudden 5 years from now, you're gonna have this like new realm of what's possible and new realm of like what you can create. But it might even seem impossible to you right now. Like the reason, Spirit is telling me that the reason that this came up reversed is because right now it's unfathomable what you are going to perceive as fathomable 5 years from now, if that makes sense. Did that make sense? Like, basically, if you could tap into your mind and your dreams, goals, and desires 5 years from now, you'd be like, what? I'm doing what? I'm thinking about what? Like, it's completely different. I feel like it's a completely different direction than what you're going in right now. I feel like you're gonna go through such a massive transformation that it's gonna be so wildly different from who you are right now. I see you becoming very, like, this is a transformation within. This Four of Swords coming up, this is a transformation that's happening so deep within you. It's really activating parts of yourself that are still completely asleep, completely untapped into. Page of Pentacles here as well. Like you're also actually gonna be learning new things that you probably are not even on the trajectory of learning right now. All of a sudden, within these next 5 years, there's gonna be this activation, this awakening, right? There's parts of yourself that are still asleep, aspects of yourself that if you are at a point in your life where you're kind of unclear about what you wanna do, what you wanna create, what you wanna have, maybe there's just like a lack of clarity, or maybe there's a little bit of clarity, but it just seems like, oh, how am I going to take action on that? It's not the right time, or it just feels like a stagnant energy. This is what's going to change 5 years from now. Because 5 years from now, the parts of yourself that are still asleep right now are literally going to turn on. That's why we have Kundalini rising, because even the Kundalini, it's asleep at your base chakra, right? That's what the Kundalini is, if you know what I'm talking about. And it is going to awaken over these next 5 years. And then all of a sudden, it's going to shift your entire trajectory. It's like all of a sudden you are just going to get all these epiphanies on like, oh my God, I'm so passionate about this. I want to create this. I want to do this. I want to tell the world about this. Oh my God. Like you're going to go through such a deep transformation yourself over these next 5 years. Like holy moly, holy guacamole. All of a sudden you're going to be so creative and have these dreams that just get you out of bed in the morning. Like I almost see you, if you tend to be the type of person where it's really nice right now, maybe you crave relaxation, maybe you crave more sleep, maybe you crave more rest right now. This is actually going to shift 5 years from now, where you are all of a sudden going to wake up and resting and sleeping almost feels like hard because of how excited you are about the things that you are creating. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. My group number 2s. What else do we have going on 5 years from now for you? So we also have 9 of Swords being reversed. Worries that you also have right now, things that might keep you up at night, worries that you have of like, what's going to happen with this? How am I going to do this? What's my purpose? What's this? Whatever stresses that you have right now are no longer going to be stressing you out, because I feel like you're going to really find the solution for these things. And also Spirit is saying something about divine timing. Like there's this divine timing thing that's going to happen for you over these next 5 years, where you're going to realize, oh, that's why it didn't happen for me sooner. That's why all these transformations, all these things didn't come for me prior. You're going to realize why it's coming within these next 5 years. It's going to be so clear. It's going to be so, it's going to be very, very clear, to say the least. And then also, if you tend to be more of a night owl right now, and again, somebody who enjoys their rest, this card is also about waking up and no longer really needing a ton of rest. It's like you sleep really well when you sleep, but then all of a sudden, when you're up, you're just so inspired about life and you're so excited to be awake and here. We also have the Hangman being reversed, which is such a great position. This is about all of a sudden you've gained your new perspective and now you're taking tons of action. You no longer feel stuck. You no longer feel like you have to wait or question things. You're on the go. You're on the go. There's so much inspiration. You're taking these new insights and really implementing them into your life. And let's see what else we get here. My group 2s. What else do we have for my group 2s? All about the next 5 years. I feel like this is such a personal journey that you're going on. It's really interesting. All these cards are talking about your inner transformation and then what you're doing externally from that. But we haven't gotten a lot of information on like what your outer life is going to really look like. Basically what we have going on here is that your outer life is going to be very purpose-driven and purpose-focused. But I'm curious if we can get a little bit more about your outer life and more about everything that's going to be happening. So we have a tall tale. You're going to feel like you have a really big purpose, and you're also going to feel like you have been activated in a sense, and that you have a big purpose that you really desire to fulfill. We also have the Oracle's gift. So you're actually going to awaken new gifts within you. And what I mean by gifts is like skills, talents, desires, dreams, new potentials that weren't awakened before. So you might be all of a sudden unlocking like new talents and skills that you're like, wait a second, I didn't even know I had that. I didn't even know I could do that. And then we also have beyond the ordinary. You're going to be called to do things that are beyond the ordinary, and you're also going to be called towards a not so ordinary life. And perhaps that's also why we don't have like your typical things coming up that are like, oh, like, you know, marriage and kids. And whilst you can still absolutely do all of those things and create those if you desire to, I feel like your life's purpose is kind of beyond the ordinary life purpose. And maybe you also feel that within yourself as well. Maybe you feel like, oh, I'm just meant for more. I'm meant for more than the average job. I'm meant for more than the average lifestyle. And I feel like you're going to have these dreams that are calling you beyond the ordinary. Sorry, I had to sneeze there really quickly. However, so your dreams and desires are going to go beyond what's normal. And you're also going to be awakening in those new talents and gifts and have these really tall dreams. I also feel like you're going to be a high achiever. And other people might also think like, whoa, like you're really going for like some tall things there. Like, how are you going to reach that? But I really feel like this is just like your higher purpose. This is who you're meant to be. This is kind of like your calling, and it's really being activated in these next 5 years. We also have regeneration. So any time over the next 5 years, or even right now, if you feel like things aren't like the best soil, I guess, or if you feel like dreams have burned before, desires have burned down, you're actually going to be regenerating new life, new visions, new energy, and you're going to be able to rebirth a vision that once maybe crumbled. That's what's coming through. If you like gave up on a vision, or if you even felt like giving up on yourself at times, regeneration, it's like you're regenerating new life force energy, new inspiration, new motivation, new passion. Then we also have imagine. Your creativity is going to be like on the next level. I think your imagination and what's possible is really going to unlock in new ways. Things that you're imagining even right now, all of a sudden you're kind of like realizing over these next 5 years, like, oh, I can really make that happen if I want to. Why don't I take what's in my imagination and make it a reality? Why don't I start living that life? Why don't I start really creating that life? And over these next 5 years, that's going to be what you're pursuing. And let's see what else we get here for you, my group twos. Your life over these next 5 years. We also have trust coming through. I feel like you're going to have a higher faith and like a higher belief system, something that really, really works for you. Especially if like faith and beliefs and religion haven't really maybe fully clicked in for you, or if you felt lost at times or disconnected from it. I actually feel like you're going to be connecting to something that really resonates with you, and it's going to be like a guiding force for you. Then we also have the alchemist. You're really going on a spiritual journey, to say the least, my group number twos. Like a very in-depth spiritual journey over these next 5 years. 5 years from now, you're going to really be somebody very different, but in a really positive way. It's like you're creating a life that is unique to you, something that you love to live, something that makes you feel high on life, regenerating things and making things happen even when it felt impossible. Wow. You're just like awakening in new ways, activating, again, gifts and talents that were once just fully asleep, completely unaware. I also see you, the Page of Pentacles being reversed. I feel like you're going back to school even, but it's not maybe in the traditional sense, and that's why it's reversed. It's like this, it's not necessarily traditional schooling that we're going back to. It's almost like perhaps even being self-taught in something, or refining a certain skill, or finishing a particular skill, or even, perhaps even being self-taught in something. It's not quite traditional though, it's different, it's unique to you. So let's go ahead and see any last messages here about your life. Wow, we have the first house coming up for you. That makes a whole lot of sense. And we also have the sun in Aries. The sun in Aries in the first house, you're going to go through a wild amount of personal transformations. So the first house is all about yourself and your identity, even your external appearance. Aries is about new beginnings and also this fiery drive. And the sun is about your soul, your radiance, your confidence, the way that you personally shine, your personal energy. I feel like when you walk into a room, the energy shift is going to be palpable. You're going to be a very, very different person than who you currently are. And it's like you're really just realizing who you are, who you really want to be. You're going to walk with so much more confidence, so much more light, so much more radiance. And I'm really hearing the word light worker, especially with the sun in Aries in the first house showing up. Like, this is also reiterating the message of the light worker that I was feeling in the initial beginning parts of this reading. So, my love, that is what we have here for you, all about your life in the next 5 years. Massive, massive things are shifting. So, that is what we have for you. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. And I'm sending you all so much love. If any of you are curious about any crystal jewelry, I actually hand make these gorgeous crystal bracelets using authentic crystals and gemstones where you can read about their metaphysical properties on the website. I make them using gold fill so you can wear them in water and they do not tarnish. And I also make them according to your wrist size so that they fit you perfectly and they look stunning. They look gorgeous. So if you're curious about any of that, I'll have that link down below. We also have some new products coming out to the site, so definitely check those out. All the links will again be down below. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 3s, if you chose this pile, this is gonna be your reading, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. Okay, so your life over the next 5 years, we have Page of Cups as your first card coming out. For one, I actually see something new blossoming for you emotionally. The Page of Cups can talk about a new relationship coming into your life. It can also talk about a child, but let's get some more information on this to find out exactly what this Page of Cups is representing. She can also represent like new ideas coming out of the blue, but when we're talking about your life in the next 5 years, I really feel like this is a relationship or perhaps even a child that you are going to be having in your life. The Tower being reversed, your life as well, you are going to be creating so much more solid security in your life, more secure foundations. If you're in a period of your life right now, because whenever the Tower shows up, it also talks about Tower energy. So I almost feel like in your life right now, it might feel like things are either unstable, unsteady. Perhaps it feels like your foundation is not super secure. It might even feel like things could fall apart at any moment. Perhaps like there's worries or stresses about your job, or there's worries or stresses about, again, your just sense of security, or even where you live might feel like it's about to change or uproot, or even your job might change or uproot or things like this. If you currently feel like you're going through something like that, or if you currently feel like there's just lots of like, again, just like it's almost like you're on shaky ground a little bit, the Tower being reversed, your life 5 years from now, you're gonna be in so much more of a stable position where your foundation, it's like you're creating such stability, but you're also learning how to create this stability because of what you're going through right now. So all of a sudden you're gonna be taking that wisdom, putting it into your future, and all of a sudden you're gonna learn how to create the most sturdiest, most reliable of foundations where you're gonna feel completely secure and all of that. So let's go ahead and get some more cards on this reading for you and see what else comes up. We also have 5 of Wands being reversed. I feel like you're also gonna get so good at communication and also really good at problem solving and getting through friction. Anything that you are currently experiencing friction, which, wow, we have the Hangman showing up for every single group so far. Every single group the Hangman has showed up, either reversed or upright or whatever. In the case of your energy and your life 5 years from now, you're going to be gaining entirely new perspectives on life in general that are actually going to help serve you to create harmony, to create solid foundations and to create an essence of love and fulfillment in your life. Page of Cups. There's gonna be new things that fulfill you. You're gonna see fulfillment in an entirely new light 5 years from now. The things that fulfill you right now are gonna be quite different from the things that fulfill you 5 years from now. And I also feel like the Page of Cups talks about simple things, right? So maybe it's like if we seek out such big things right now for our fulfillment, and it almost feels like our cup is always drained, you're actually gonna be able to find fulfillment in simple things to where all of a sudden life just becomes so much more beautiful, so much more full of love. That's going to be really beautiful. I'm feeling a very, very beautiful energy in the simplicity of things with this card. Hangman is like your perspective is going to be shifting, and I feel like this is one of the main things that's making you kind of really see the beauty in simplicity. We also have the Seven of Cups showing up for you. So another thing is you're going to be much more discerning with your choices about what you choose. I feel like you're going to have tried quite a few things over these next 5 years, and you're going to really find what suits you and what fits you. If you're at a stage of your life where you're still curious about like either what you should do for work or maybe where you want to live, or if there's other confusing questions where you're like, what is my option? If you have a lot of options in front of you and you're like, what do I choose? What's the right path for me? What's the right option? Where am I going to end up? If that's been ruminating in your head, over these next 5 years, you're actually going to be experimenting with a few different options in that particular area of your life, and you're actually going to be finding what suits you best. And you're going to have such a clear idea of like, oh, that's what suits me, that's what fulfills me, and that's what I enjoy doing. So let's go ahead and shuffle some more cards here to get some more information. I feel like taking out this deck. I actually used this deck for number one, but I really feel like it has a message for you in it today as well. So let's see. My group threes, what else do we have for my group threes? All about your life 5 years from now. It's interesting that this pile, I also put Danburite on this group. Danburite's all about releasing old things and going through a transformation to something new. And I really feel like you are releasing unsteady foundations and creating an actually steady foundation. If your job security or home life or anything like this has felt unstable, you are going to find what actually works. You're going to be able to implement it, and things are no longer going to be shaky. Things are no longer going to feel unsteady. It's like you're really finding your steady ground. Okay, we also have Time Master. If any of you have been feeling like time is difficult, or if you have like no time at all, maybe that's one of the things that feels unsteady for you is like time management. You're gonna get to a point where you're gonna feel like the master of your time. It's gonna feel like you get so much more done in such a little amount of time, and it's also gonna feel like you can work less and make more. That's what type of time mastery is really coming in for you, is like working less but making more. We also have the moon showing up for you as well. So if there's any unknowns in your life where you're like, what is that going to look like? Or even fears about the future. As you start getting into the future, you're going to realize those fears did not manifest and you were okay and you found your way through them. So that's a message that's coming in really strongly, and I feel like Spirit really wants to enhance that message for you. Things that you currently fear about the future, that you're like, oh my God, what if this happens? Or what if that happens? Or oh my God, ugh. And it's almost like you're preparing for a worst case scenario in your brain. Spirit really wants you to know those things are not manifesting. You are going to find and navigate your way through all the things that you are currently facing and all the things that are currently ruminating around in your mind. And the coyote coming up, you're actually going to be able to look back and laugh about like, how silly was it for me to worry about that so much? How silly was it for me to like overwork that in my head when it never needed to be? The coyote is like looking back and laughing and being like, that was silly type of thing. So Spirit really wants you to know that things are going to be okay there, and these next 5 years are really going to help you balance out, really going to help you find fulfillment, be the master of your time, create a steady foundation. And on top of that, the Coyote does also talk about people or even situations that once felt negative, or even felt like, if there's people in your life that used to take advantage of you, over these next 5 years, you're going to be seeing those people's true intentions, and you're actually going to be distancing yourself from people who don't have your best interest at heart. And this is going to be really positive for you. This is going to be obviously really positive for you. You're going to be distancing yourself from people who are kind of like more almost sneaky, I want to say, or they don't make their intentions clear, or they don't have the best intentions in their intentions. You're going to be able to create distance with those people, and I feel like you are kind of being more stern with those boundaries, which is going to play a huge role in you feeling more steady as well, and feeling more like your foundation is solid. If you currently have any trust issues with anybody in your life and you don't fully trust them, the Coyote and the Moon talks about you being able to bring light to those situations and to finally see the truth about what their actual intentions are and who they really are. So those things are going to be coming to light over these next 5 years. And you're going to be able to see that and then make judgments to put up boundaries in place, to have hard conversations, and to create a steady foundation, and to basically end anything that's not good for you and doesn't have your highest interest at heart. So let's see what else we get here for you. We also have quieting the mind and the power of purpose. Things that are bothering you right now are no longer going to be bothering you in the future in 5 years from now. And then also anxieties and stresses and things, you're going to find inner peace, so much inner peace over these next 5 years. It's like those old things are no longer relevant for you. You're also going to be shifting to find more of what your purpose actually is. And let's go ahead and get some more cards on this as well. What else do we have for my group threes, all about 5 years from now? We have To the Sea. And we also have Yin. Ooh! So To the Sea, you're going to be traveling a lot more, to say the least. And you're going to have traveled to a lot of the places that you're currently probably dreaming about traveling to. I see you traveling a lot. You may also move somewhere really far away over these next 5 years. To the Sea is making me feel like you're either going to be traveling a lot or even moving somewhere quite far away from where you live right now. Yin talks about our feminine energy. Feminine energy can also be connected to having a baby, because it talks about the womb energy. So there could be an idea that you have, or even, again, a child that you'll be having in the next 5 years. And then the Yin energy does also talk about us being able to come back to rest, relaxation, and self-care and self-love. And it brings about those energies. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. Perhaps if women are like a big point of focus for you, like perhaps some of you are like, oh, I want to like create a women's group, or I want to help other women like, manifest their desires, or, whatever the case may be. This could also talk about beginning projects like that, especially with the purpose card coming up. You might feel a big purpose to like empower women, help women, things like that. So if that's part of your kind of like inner callings, I'm definitely seeing that manifesting over the next 5 years. And let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. We also have love coming through. So love is something that's definitely going to be manifesting in these next 5 years. And in fact, with the Page of Cups here as well, there's going to be a significant relationship coming in, kind of like what I was saying in the beginning. There's definitely a significant relationship, especially if you're single. There's going to be a very significant person coming in. And they're much more gentle. They bring out more of a romantic side. They're more gentle than what you're used to. Also, definitely seeing children, at least one child coming through in the next 5 years. Then we also have Ask Body. We have the Sage and Power. The Sage helps us cleanse away negative people, negative circumstances, thoughts and worries, stresses. The Sage helps us cleanse anything negative. So over these next 5 years, you're also going to be doing a massive cleanse, perhaps of your friend group, the people that you regularly hang out with, perhaps even of, again, your own inner mind, your inner sanctuary, things that just don't feel good to you or your energy. You're going to be able to clear those. Again, love is coming in. Ask Body. You're going to be able to tap into so much more of your intuition and get so much more in tune with what your body's guiding you towards. I think you're going to be making changes when it comes to your body or your lifestyle, perhaps when it comes to your diet or your exercise routine. Getting into something where your body can feel loved and nourished. And then you're also going to be stepping more into your own personal power. Power is reminding me of like a higher position. So this could be a higher position in your career, a higher position of authority even in your own life. So perhaps if we used to kind of be a bit more of a people pleaser or anything like that, power would indicate that you're stepping up more into your power to be able to really speak your mind, speak your voice, and all of these things. You're also going to feel like you're in a much more powerful position in your life where it feels like you're more in control of your life rather than feeling like you're on a rickety bridge. So that is what we have here for you, and let's go ahead and dive into our Astro Dice to get any last information for my group 3s. Oh, wow, we have the first house coming up for literally everyone so far. That's crazy. Of course, the other Astro Dice are like different, but the first house is literally coming up for everybody. That's blowing my mind. Everyone's going through a personal transformation, which makes sense. I mean, over the next 5 years, it makes sense that we're all going through personal transformations. But we have Mars in Capricorn in the first house as your Astro Dice. So Mars is the planet that helps us destroy obstacles. It helps us overcome challenges. And it also helps us take action. It helps us boost ourselves with this motivation and this drive to move forward. Capricorn is the energy of climbing to higher heights. And it's also about being more detail-oriented. It can connect to our work and our higher goals. And then the first house is all about yourself and your identity and who you are and even your appearance. So with Mars here, I feel like you're going to be a very driven, you're going to get this drive over the next 5 years that drives you to accomplish big things and also drives you to overcome current obstacles and to create security in your life. And I am seeing a child. Page of Cups is just, I don't know, I keep seeing a child there. So I'm also seeing, I'm seeing a baby coming through for you guys. And again, these are general readings. So sometimes a child could symbolize the birth of an idea or a big project that you have. So if that's more relevant to you, then that could be how that's interpreted. But I really feel like for like a good 90% of you that are watching this, this is like a physical, actual child that's coming through in these next 5 years. And then again, if that's like completely irrelevant for you, if you're just like, oh my God, no, I'm like too old for that or too young for that, whatever the case may be, wherever you are in life, then I would see this as a personal project and even representing the relationship that's coming into your life, because all of you are definitely, there's a significant person coming into your life that is evoking love and a deep feeling of deep connection. So for those of you that are single, this is going to be like a significant relationship coming through. For those of you that are already in a relationship, this is like the deepening of that relationship and perhaps even starting a family together. So yeah, that is what we get here. My beautiful group number 3s, thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love. If any of you are curious in any crystal bracelets, I actually hand make these gorgeous crystal bracelets using authentic gemstones, which you can read about all their metaphysical properties on the website. And I also make them with gold fill, so you can wear them in water. They do not tarnish, they're super high quality, and I also make them according to your wrist size so that they fit you perfectly the exact way that you want them to. So all the information for that will be linked down below. We have tons of new items coming to the shop as well, so definitely go check that out. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 4 is, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about your life in 5 years from now. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group 4 is, let's see your life 5 years from now. What is going to be happening? What can you expect? We have the Amazon Queen. Ooh, that can be taken as like Amazon, like ordering Amazon. We can also talk about the Amazon, but it can also talk about you just becoming more free in who you are. But for some reason, when I read the Amazon Queen, I'm somebody who orders a few Amazon packages, I'll be honest. For some reason, that's like something that came to my mind. But it says here, I am a devoted warrior of the universe. So what I'm actually seeing is your ability to step up into your power, your leadership. That is coming through. And it's like, this type of leadership is the feminine leadership, where it's like compassionate. It's not like hard leadership. It's like this compassionate but empowered leadership is coming through. So I don't know if some of you who chose this pile, maybe you're wanting to like be an entrepreneur, maybe you are an entrepreneur, maybe you're wanting to like kind of step up into more independence, more freedom, but I'm definitely seeing more independence, more freedom, more leadership, but it's like this high vibe kind of leadership is what I'm getting. Like, not like you're hard, like you need to go and do this. It's like you're this like, it's like this nice feminine leadership that's coming through. You're gonna be that type of archetype 5 years from now. That's how you're gonna be like kind of living life. That's gonna be your energy. We also have the mystic magic. I weave my magic and surrender to the universe. Ooh, another thing that you're gonna be learning how to do in these next 5 years is you're gonna be awakening more of your inner magic to create. I see you being very creative, perhaps even maybe you have visions of things that you desire to create. I'm especially getting this kind of entrepreneur vibe from this group for some reason. If any of you guys work for yourselves, or if you have visions of things that you want to create, maybe you dream of working for yourself and you have this vision of what it might be, I'm seeing you being very creative over these next 5 years and really bringing some big visions to life. Like really big visions. Like things that you're like so excited to create. We also have the inner temple life lessons. I go within my shadow for deep spiritual growth. So you're also going to be growing exponentially over these next 5 years in your own personal world. So when it comes to your character and developing into this like strong, independent, free, creative, confident leader, you're going through different sort of scenarios over these next 5 years that are molding you into this new version of you, this more refined, higher version of you. And it's almost like the shadow talks about things that you might currently be afraid of, things that you currently might close off or hide within yourself. These could be things like perhaps we don't feel confident to lead. Perhaps we don't feel confident to speak our voice, to be a person of authority. Maybe we don't feel confident to make our dreams a reality because we think that we're not a master at these things yet. Maybe we think we're not ready for it yet, or, you know, all these different things. That's the shadow aspect. It's that part of ourselves that we close off because we feel like we're not ready for it, or we feel like it's not the time. We feel like it's not who we are. Over these next 5 years, you're going to be learning things, and the universe almost has set up these beautiful stepping stones for you to learn and develop into becoming this higher version of you, where the current battles, like any battles that you think are maybe in the way, all of a sudden you become this Amazon queen who's like, you know what battle? This is easy for me to overcome. This is easy for me to win. Right? And so there's this like winning energy where you're stepping up into this leadership position to win, to break through and crack through old obstacles that used to stop you. So, ooh, massive transformation, to say the least, is going to be happening over these next 5 years. And I really see you becoming, like, the main words: independence, freedom, confidence, leader. Like, those are the big words that are coming through. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you, my beautiful group 4s. Let's see what else we get. Things that are like a thought for you right now, things that you're thinking about creatively in your mind, you're going to be able to, you're like learning the magic to bring them to life. I also see you kind of like learning new skills as well. And if it feels like you're kind of stuck without an opportunity right now, there's a hidden opportunity coming for you. Or if it feels, for example, like your dreams are out of reach, because see how this cup is kind of like in the sky behind him? We can't quite see how far away it is, right? Maybe it feels like your dreams are out of reach. Maybe it feels like we can't quite get there. Maybe if it feels like we're stuck in our current circumstances. Your perspective is going to be shifting, and you're going to be somebody who all of a sudden takes the higher opportunities. There's also an opportunity that's really waiting for you, and it's just around the corner right now. I feel like it's going to be coming into your life very, very soon. It's just around the corner. It's just out of sight right now. But it's going to be coming through, and this opportunity, it could even be a new inspiration within yourself that's going to be coming through that you're going to be taking, and it's going to lead you to more of this like creative energy, to a bigger purpose, to a bigger vision, to a bigger outcome. Oh, I feel like that card wants to come through. Knight of Pentacles also showing up, and it is in the reverse position. So there could even be an energy of like wanting to rush things or wanting things to happen right now. We have Queen of Pentacles popping up too. Okay. Okay, some of you are really wanting to manifest material success. Knight of Pentacles being reversed. But almost, it might feel like it's been hard to get there. It almost feels like there's resistance with getting there. Perhaps you also feel, we have double 4s coming up, right? If 44 is popping up for you, you're also group number 4. So we have the energy of 444. If that's been showing up for you, it talks about you setting a solid foundation where whatever it is that you're creating is going to last generations. You're creating something that is going to have such a strong foundation, such a strong rooting, that it's going to be able to grow very, very tall and be sustainable through generations to come. Also, with these cards coming up, there's this feeling that I'm getting for your present moment, where it's this essence of like, I don't know how to invest in my future. I don't know how to achieve my future. It's almost like you feel stuck and blocked either monetarily or within the amount of time that you have in your life. Or maybe you feel like you have so many other things on your plate, right? It's like you're fully packed full that it almost feels like, how do I make this desire happen? How do I make my dream happen? How do I make this outcome happen when I'm so jam-packed already? How do I have room for it? How do I fit it in? However, you are going to be fitting it in. You are completely going to be fitting it in. You don't even need to know how yet. The how is going to present itself, and the how is like right around the corner from you. This 4 of Cups tells me that the how is literally right around the corner. And in 5 years from now, I see you will have taken on this opportunity, worked through this resistance. This could even be the feeling of lack and scarcity when it comes to time, energy, resources, money, all those types of things. However, you are going to be working through this. And then you are going to be this Queen of Pentacles. I see this being you 5 years from now. Look at how abundant she is. She's in a garden of abundance. She's achieved amazing things. And look at, she's so proud of what she's achieved. You're going to achieve personal success, personal independence, personal freedom. And I'm really getting this entrepreneur vibe. Queen of Pentacles also gives this entrepreneur vibe. And see how the roses are above her? It's similar to the Magician card. The roses that are above, roses don't grow up in the sky, right? Like that's just not where they grow. The roses that are up above here signify what's in her mind. She's taken her dreams that are in her mind and manifested them into the physical reality, planted the seeds, and then sprouted that garden. So whatever's in your mind right now that you're desiring to create, over these next 5 years, you're going to be able to plant those desires into the ground and nurture them to where they grow into the full garden. So over these next 5 years, it's going to be like incredible sort of work that you're putting forward that you're going to be so proud of. And you're going to be able to look back and see what a contrast has been made between where you're maybe starting right now versus where you're going to be 5 years from now. The contrast is just incredible. So let's go ahead and get some more cards on this. I'm also feeling like there could be a career shift, Knight of Pentacles being reversed and then Queen of Pentacles upright. If any of you work a current 9 to 5, I see you quitting that and going full-time being like entrepreneur. Or if any of you are feeling like, even if you are an entrepreneur right now, and let's just say that there's a lot of resistance, it feels like we're kind of in scarcity mode, or if it feels like we can't expand because we don't have more time, more energy, more resources in order to expand. If you currently feel kind of stuck like that, Queen of Pentacles, ooh, you are absolutely growing that garden, and that garden is going to expand because from a single seed, you can grow an entire forest. And that's sort of what's happening for you right now. Is if it feels like, no, I only have this one single seed, I only have this one plant, I don't have room for more plants, those plants are going to expand. You do have room for them. They're going to expand, and it eventually gets to a point where they kind of take care of themselves, right? Because like once you take a plant and turn it into a forest, that forest kind of is becoming more self-sustainable. So anyway, let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you, all about your life in these next 5 years. We also have time to go. So get this, you have time to go. You have time to take vacations. You have time to step away. You have time to do this. You have time to create this. Time. 5 years from now, you're going to actually have time. Time for vacations, time for relaxation, time to let go of, doing so much and pushing so hard. We also have by the book. Some of you might even be creating an actual book, by the way. If any of you have a calling to write a book, this card, for some reason I'm getting that some of you might write a book. Also by the book can talk about learning what we need. So like finishing school, completing school, even going into like teaching others or getting the mentor that you've been looking for. Master number 11 is also showing up for you. We also have between worlds. So this can talk about a transition between our old job versus our new one that we're creating. This can also talk about a transition between, for example, like feeling like we're crunched on time and then going into like exponential growth. This could also talk about going from scarcity to abundance. This could talk about exploring different lands. So over here, it almost looks like almost like a dreary windstorm, cloudy, and then all of a sudden going somewhere that's sunny and beautiful. If you feel clouded, unsure, or if it feels like there's a lot of rain, a lot of just not great, not clear energy, you're actually going to be going to a time, and 5 years from now, you're going to be more vibrant, okay? More vibrant, more radiant, more happy, more joyful. And I also see you going somewhere that's like warmer. Then we also have thinker coming through as well. Your mind is going to shift a lot to where, oh, look, we have master number 44 showing up again. Oh my goodness. 44 is following you around, my group 4s. I can tell you that for sure. If you start seeing it around, it's your reminder that what you're creating right now and what you're going through, you are steady, you are stable, even when it feels like you're not, and you're creating something that's going to last generations, okay? Also, the thinker, let's get back to that. Your mind is going to be shifting a lot over these next 5 years to where it's going to become easier for you to problem solve. And I also feel like things that you can't seem to figure out right now, 5 years from now, it's going to seem clear as day. I feel like strategy is something that's coming through. It's like you're learning more strategy. You're absorbing more information that's going to just put you light years ahead. And let's go see what else we get for you here. Oh, I forgot my other deck of cards that I wanted to get into. I wanted to get into these ones first. Let's see. My group 4s, what else do we have for you? All about these next 5 years and where you're going to be at. Where are you going to be at in these next 5 years? Okay, so we also have awakening genius coming through. I feel like you're going to look back and be like, what a genius idea. Like, even if you right now aren't clear about the ideas about, you know, your success and all these things, you're going to get genius ideas where you're going to be like, oh my God, this is like the $1 million idea that I've been waiting for. This is like the, gosh, you're going to be, your mind is just going to be on fire over these next 5 years of coming up with like new ideas, solutions, problem solving, and then like really getting to your success and creating your success, overcoming blocks and obstacles. And this is like the reason for your success is like you're really awakening that inner genius. And let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. We also have speak truth and the sovereign. You're calling your power back as the master creator of your reality. Really like putting on the crown, right? We have lots of things talking about like queen. The sovereign is connected to the queen. It's like you're really calling back your sovereignty, your inner power, your leadership. Those are like such main core themes of your next 5 years. And then speak truth as well coming through. It's like the ability to kind of like speak from a place of authority, to speak your honest truth unapologetically, straightforward, honestly, and openly. Like that is going to be such a great thing that's coming through for you as well. And it's going to help you feel just like, yeah, like light years ahead. So let's go ahead and see any last information that comes through. We have Pluto in Taurus in the 8th house. Wow. So transformation, especially when it comes to shared assets. So one thing that I'm hearing is that if you currently work a job where you rely on the job for money, that's going to be transforming. And instead, I feel like you're going to be more self-reliant and more independent. And it's going to, your money is like being something that you are generating for yourself rather than through another company or something like this. It's really coming through very powerfully. Also, Pluto being in the 8th house, this could also create transformations in your close relationships. So you might be moving or creating other like deeper independence. Also with Taurus there as well, your finances are going to be increasing. Perhaps you might even gain like business loans, business investments. Investments are going to be growing for you a lot. Your finances are definitely growing, to say the least. I'm seeing like loans or investments are the specific things that are going to be really helpful in helping you grow. You might also be like buying property, and then that could be like the asset that grows, but there's assets that are growing and transforming over these next 5 years that are going to make you more rich. I can also hear my husband playing with my daughter and making her laugh in the other room, which is really cute. Anyway, that is your life 5 years from now, my beautiful group number 4s. So, wow, definitely lots of monetary growth, transformations in the ways that you're currently making money, and I can't wait to go play it with my husband and my daughter. That's really cute. Anyway, I don't know if my microphone's picking up the little like laugh screeches that are happening in the other room right now. But anyway, sending you guys all so much love. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's reading all about your life 5 years from now. If any of you are curious about any crystal bracelets, I actually hand make these gorgeous crystal bracelets using like authentic gemstones, which you can read about all their different energetic properties on the website. I also make them with gold fill so you can wear them in water and they do not tarnish. And I also make them according to your wrist size so that they fit you perfectly the exact way that you want them to. So anyway, all that information is going to be linked down below in case you want to check that out. We also have tons of new items coming to the shop that I cannot wait for you to see. So definitely don't miss out on those. Check them out. The link will be down below and I'll see you next time. Bye.